What if the key to a life of unshakable peace and true freedom is already within you, waiting to be unlocked? In a world that bombards us with noise, endless opinions, comparisons, and expectations, it's easy to lose sight of who you are and what truly matters. But today, we're diving into the timeless wisdom of Buddhism to uncover 10 powerful lessons that will help you rise above the chaos, let go of external pressures, and embrace the strength of your own heart. From finding happiness within to living authentically without fear. These teachings aren't just philosophy, they're a roadmap to a life of clarity, resilience, and joy. Stick with us to discover how you can focus on your own journey and transform the way you live. Starting right now. 1. Stop relying on others for happiness. What if the secret to unshakable happiness lies not in the world around you, but in the quiet strength within your own heart? In a society that constantly pushes us to seek validation from others through likes, compliments, or approval, it's easy to lose sight of where true joy comes from. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, I want to explore a profound lesson. True happiness comes from within, not from others' approval or actions. Cultivate inner peace through self-reliance and gratitude. Let us unpack this idea, rooted in the Buddhist teaching that peace comes from within. Do not seek it without, and see how it can transform your life. Happiness is often misunderstood as something we can chase through external sources, whether it is a friend's praise, a partner's affection, or a boss's recognition. But hear us the truth. When you pin your joy on others, you hand them the reins to your emotional world. Their words or actions, however well-meaning, can never provide lasting contentment because people are unpredictable, and their approval is fleeting. I've seen countless individuals fall into this trap, tying their self-worth to someone else's opinion, only to feel disappointed when expectations aren't met. The Buddha's insight cuts through this illusion, urging us to turn inward. True happiness isn't found in what others say or do. It is a flame kindled within your own soul, nurtured by self-reliance and gratitude. Self-reliance doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting connection. It's about building a foundation of inner strength that no one can shake. Imagine waking up each day knowing your peace doesn't depend on anyone else's mood or validation. That is the freedom Buddhism offers. By focusing on your own heart, you learn to find joy in the present moment, whether it's the warmth of morning sunlight or the simple act of breathing. Gratitude plays a vital role here. When you take time to appreciate what you already have, a healthy body, a quiet moment, or even a lesson learned from hardship, you shift your perspective from lack to abundance. This practice has personally anchored me through life's storms, reminding me that joy isn't something to chase. It is something to uncover within. Relying on others for happiness often leads to a cycle of neediness and frustration. People, no matter how loving, can't always meet your expectations. They have their own struggles, their own paths. Expecting them to fill your emotional cup is like asking the wind to stay still. It is not their job, and it is not fair to them or you. Instead, cultivate a relationship with yourself. Sit with your thoughts, journal your dreams, or meditate to reconnect with your inner world. These small acts build a reservoir of peace that external chaos can't touch. Over time, you'll find that the less you seek from others, the more you have to give love, kindness, and compassion without losing yourself. This lesson isn't just philosophy. It is a call to action. Start today by noticing when you seek others' approval and gently redirect that energy inward. Ask yourself, what is one thing I am grateful for right now? How can I show myself the kindness I crave from others? By embracing self-reliance and gratitude, you will discover a happiness that is yours alone, unshaken by the world's noise. That is the power of looking within, and it is a gift you can give yourself every single day. 2. Don't fear solitude. What if the moments you spend alone could unlock a strength you never knew you had? In a world that glorifies constant connection through social media, endless notifications, and packed schedules, being alone often feels like something to avoid. Yet, as the timeless wisdom of Buddhism teaches, solitude is not a weakness but a powerful source of growth. Drawing from the profound lesson, don't fear solitude. Embrace being alone as a source of strength. Solitude fosters self-understanding, reflection, and personal growth, inspired by Buddhist teachings, let us explore how embracing solitude can transform your life into one of clarity and inner power. The Buddha once said, "Meditate, live purely, be quiet, do your work with mastery." These words remind us that solitude is not something to dread, but a sacred space where we uncover our true selves. Too often, we fill our lives with noise, whether it's the chatter of others or the distractions of daily routines to avoid facing our own thoughts. But I've learned that running from solitude only keeps us from the deep wisdom that comes when we sit quietly with ourselves. Being alone allows you to peel back the layers of who you think you are and discover who you truly are. It's in those still moments that you hear the whispers of your heart, untangled from the expectations of others. Solitude fosters self-understanding in ways that constant company cannot. When you're alone, there is no one to impress, no need to wear a mask. You can reflect on your dreams, your fears, and the choices that have shaped you. I've found that some of my most profound insights came during quiet walks or moments of meditation, where I could ask myself, what do I truly want? What is holding me back? These questions, answered honestly, spark personal growth that no external validation can provide. Solitude isn't about loneliness. It is about becoming your own best companion, learning to trust your inner voice, and finding comfort in your own presence. Embracing solitude also builds emotional and spiritual strength. In a culture that equates being alone with failure, choosing solitude is an act of courage. It is a declaration that you don't need others to feel whole. By spending time alone, you cultivate a resilience that carries you through life's challenges. You learn to rely on your own wisdom, to soothe your own heart, and to find joy in the present moment, whether it's the rustle of leaves or the rhythm of your breath. This practice has grounded me during turbulent times, reminding me that my inner peace is a sanctuary no one can take away. This isn't about shutting out the world, but about balancing connection with introspection. Start small. Take a few minutes each day to sit in silence, journal your thoughts, or walk without your phone. Ask yourself, what am I learning about myself today? Over time, you'll all find that solitude isn't empty, it is rich with clarity and strength. By embracing it, you unlock a confidence that shines through in every part of your life, proving that the greatest power lies not in the crowd, but in the quiet moments you claim for yourself. 3. Quit seeking approval. What if the only approval you ever needed was already within you, waiting to be embraced? In a world obsessed with external validation, likes, praise, and acceptance, it's easy to believe your worth hinges on what others think. But Buddhist wisdom offers a liberating truth. Quit seeking approval. Your self-worth doesn't depend on others' validation. Practice self-acceptance to build confidence and reduce stress. Rooted in the Buddhist teaching, you, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This lesson invites you to reclaim your power by turning inward. Let us explore how letting go of the need for others' approval can transform your life into one of authentic confidence and inner peace. We've all felt the pull to seek validation, whether it's a nod from a boss, a compliment from a friend, or a flurry of social media likes. But chasing others' approval is like building a house on shifting sand. It is unstable and exhausting. I've watched people twist themselves into knots, changing who they are to fit someone else's expectations, only to feel empty when the praise fades. The Buddhist wisdom cuts through this cycle, reminding us that the only approval that truly matters is our own. When you constantly look to others to feel good about yourself, you give them control over your emotions, letting their opinions shape your sense of worth. This not only breeds stress but pulls you away from who you are. Self-acceptance is the antidote. It is about recognizing that you are enough, just as you are, without needing someone else to confirm it. This doesn't mean arrogance or ignoring growth. It is about offering yourself the same kindness and understanding you'd give a dear friend. I've found that moments of quiet reflection, whether through journaling or simply sitting with my thoughts, help me see my strengths and flaws with compassion. Try asking yourself, what do I love about who I am today? This practice builds a foundation of confidence that no external criticism can shake. The more you approve of yourself, the less you crave validation from others, freeing you from the stress of living for someone else's applause. Buddhism teaches that real happiness comes from within, not from the fleeting words of others. When you stop seeking approval, you stop measuring your worth by external standards. You begin to live authentically, making choices that align with your values rather than someone else's expectations. This shift has been a game changer in my life, allowing me to pursue what truly matters without fear of judgment. You'll notice that as you embrace self-acceptance, your relationships improve too, because you're no longer seeking something from others that only you can give yourself. This lesson is a call to action. Start today by noticing when you seek approval and pause. Remind yourself, my worth isn't tied to their opinion. Take one small step towards self-acceptance. Write down a quality you admire in yourself, or forgive a mistake you've made. Over time, these acts will weave a tapestry of confidence and peace. By quitting the chase for external validation, you unlock a life where you are enough, just as you are, a truth that sets you free to shine. Don't let rejection define you. What if every no you've ever heard was actually a hidden invitation to a better path? In a world that often paints rejection as a dead end, it is tempting to let it chip away at your confidence. But Buddhist wisdom offers a transformative lens. Don't let rejection define you. View rejection as a chance for growth and redirection. Let go gracefully and trust it as part of your journey. Anchored in the Buddhist teaching, in the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. This lesson encourages you to see rejection not as a failure but as a guide. Let us dive into how this mindset can free you from pain and lead you to a life of resilience and purpose. Rejection hurts, whether it is a job that didn't pan out, a relationship that fizzled, or a goal that slipped away. I know that sting, the way it can make you question your worth. But Buddhism reminds us that rejection isn't a judgment of who you are. It is just a moment in life's vast tapestry. When we take it personally, we let it cast a shadow over our self-esteem, trapping us in doubt. Instead, picture rejection as life's way of steering you toward a path more aligned with your true calling. The Buddhist call to let go gracefully isn't about ignoring the pain. It is about trusting that what is not meant for you is making space for what is. Seeing rejection as a chance for growth shifts your perspective. Every closed door carries a lesson, whether it is learning to be more resilient, honing your skills, or clarifying what you truly want. I've found that looking back on past rejections reveals unexpected blessings. A missed opportunity pushed me to discover a new passion. A no taught me to stand taller in my truth. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? By reframing rejection as a teacher, you turn setbacks into stepping stones, each one building your emotional and spiritual strength. Graceful letting go is the key to moving forward. Holding on to resentment or replaying what went wrong only deepens the wound. Buddhism teaches us to release attachment to outcomes, embracing the flow of life with faith. This practice has helped me navigate my own rejections, reminding me that every end is a new beginning. When you let go, you create room for possibilities that resonate with your authentic self, opportunities you might never have seen if you'd stayed stuck in the past. This isn't just philosophy, it is a practical shift. Next time rejection knocks, take a deep breath and say, this isn't my worth. It is my redirection. Jot down one lesson it's brought you: a new insight, a stronger heart, or a clearer goal. Then step forward with trust. By refusing to let rejection define you, you reclaim your power, finding that life's detours often lead to destinations richer than you dreamed. Your journey is yours alone, and no can dim the light you carry within. 5. Stop fearing others' opinions. What if the opinions you've been losing sleep over were never really about you at all? In a world where judgment seems to lurk around every corner on social media, at work, or even among friends, it's easy to let others' thoughts dictate how you feel about yourself. But Buddhist wisdom offers a freeing truth. Stop fearing others' opinions. Others' judgments reflect their perspective, not your worth. Focus on your own actions to live authentically. Rooted in the Buddhist teaching, let none find fault with others. Let none see the omissions and commissions of others, but let one see one's own acts, done and undone. This lesson urges you to release the weight of external judgment and embrace your true self. Let us explore how this shift can lead to a life of freedom and authenticity. The fear of what others think can be paralyzing. I've caught myself hesitating to speak my truth or pursue a dream, worried about criticism or disapproval. But Buddhism reminds us that others' judgments are more about their own experiences, biases, and struggles than about who you are. When someone criticizes you, it is often a reflection of their perspective, not a measure of your value. Clinging to this fear drains your energy and pulls you away from your own path. The Buddha's words cut through this noise, encouraging us to focus on our own actions and intentions. Your worth isn't found in others' applause, it is in the quiet integrity of living true to yourself. Focusing on your own actions means prioritizing what feels right for you, not what others expect. This isn't about ignoring feedback or being reckless. It is about grounding your choices in your values and purpose. I've found that when I let go of worrying about others' opinions, I make decisions with clarity and confidence. Ask yourself, am I acting with kindness and honesty? If the answer is yes, then no external judgment can shake you. This practice of self-awareness builds a resilience that lets you live authentically, whether others approve or not. Over time, you'll notice the anxiety of pleasing everyone fades, replaced by a sense of inner freedom. Living authentically is a gift you give yourself. When you stop fearing others' opinions, you stop editing your life to fit their expectations. You wear what feels good, chase dreams that light you up, and speak from the heart. This shift has transformed my own life, allowing me to show up as myself without apology. And here is the beautiful irony. When you live authentically, you often inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon, creating deeper connections with those who value the real you. This lesson is a call to action. Today, notice when you're tempted to seek others' approval. Pause and remind yourself, their thoughts don't define me. My actions do not take one step toward authenticity. Share an idea, make a choice that feels true, or simply be yourself without apology. By letting go of the fear of judgment, you unlock a life where your worth shines from within, unclouded by others' perspectives. That is the path to true freedom, a life where you are fully, unapologetically you. 5. Stop fearing others' opinions. What if the peace you're craving is slipping away because you're trying to make everyone else happy? In a world that applauds self-sacrifice and people-pleasing, it's easy to lose yourself in the endless demands of others' friends, family, co-workers, even strangers. But Buddhist wisdom offers a profound reminder. Don't sacrifice your peace to please others. Set boundaries and prioritize your well-being. Peace is more valuable than meeting everyone's expectations. Rooted in the Buddha's teaching, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. This lesson invites you to reclaim your inner calm by valuing your own needs. Let us explore how setting boundaries and prioritizing your well-being can lead to a life of authenticity and serenity, without the exhaustion of trying to satisfy everyone. We've all been there, saying yes when we want to say no, stretching ourselves thin to avoid disappointing someone, or silencing our own needs to keep the peace. I've fallen into this trap myself, bending over backwards to meet others' expectations, only to feel drained and resentful. The truth is, no matter how hard you try, you can never please everyone. People have their own desires, moods, and perspectives, and chasing their approval often comes at the cost of your own well-being. The Buddha's wisdom cuts through this cycle, reminding us that inner peace is a treasure far more precious than the fleeting gratitude of others. When you sacrifice your calm to satisfy everyone, you erode the very foundation of your happiness. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it is an act of self-respect. Boundaries are like invisible fences that protect your emotional and mental space, allowing you to give from a place of strength rather than depletion. I've learned that saying no to a request that overwhelms me or stepping back from a draining relationship doesn't make me unkind. It makes me whole. Buddhism encourages us to act with compassion, but not at the expense of our own serenity. Think about it. When your heart is calm and your mind is clear, you're better equipped to offer genuine kindness to others. Without boundaries, you risk burnout, and that serves no one. Start small, politely decline a commitment that feels too heavy or carve out time for yourself without apology. These acts of self-care build a reservoir of peace that no external demand can drain. Prioritizing your well-being means recognizing that your peace is sacred. In a culture that glorifies hustle and self-sacrifice, choosing yourself can feel radical, but it is necessary. I've found that moments of stillness, whether through meditation, a quiet walk, or simply breathing deeply, reconnect me to my inner calm. Ask yourself, what brings me peace today? Maybe it is reading a book, journaling your thoughts, or saying no to a task that doesn't align with your values. These choices aren't indulgent. They essential. The Buddhist teaching reminds us that one word, one action, that preserves your peace is worth more than 1,000 efforts to please others. When you honor your well-being, you live more authentically, showing up as your true self rather than a shadow shaped by others' expectations. This practice also transforms your relationships. When you set boundaries, you teach others how to respect your needs, fostering connections built on mutual care rather than obligation. I've noticed that when I prioritize my peace, I am more patient, more present, and more loving, not just with others, but with myself. This shift creates a ripple effect, encouraging those around you to honor their own boundaries too. You become a quiet example of what it means to live with balance and integrity. This lesson is a call to action. Today, notice when you're tempted to sacrifice your peace for someone else's approval. Pause and ask, is this worth my calm? Set one boundary, say no to a request that feels overwhelming, or carve out 10 minutes for yourself. Reflect on what restores your peace and make it a priority. By refusing to let others' expectations eclipse your well-being, you reclaim your power to live authentically. Your peace is your strength, and it is worth protecting. Choose it and watch how it transforms not just your life, but the way you show up in the world. 6. Don't sacrifice your peace to please others. What if the key to unshakable peace lies in letting go of what you can't control and mastering what you can? In a world swirling with chaos, unpredictable people, unexpected events, and endless demands, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But Buddhist wisdom offers a powerful truth. Focus on what you can control. You can only control your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Mastering your mind builds resilience against external chaos. Rooted in the Buddhist teaching, rule your mind or it will rule you, this lesson invites you to reclaim your power by focusing inward. Let us explore how this practice can anchor you in calm, no matter what storms rage around you. Life often feels like a tug of war, with us trying to control things far beyond our reach: how others behave, what they think, or how situations unfold. I've wasted energy wishing people would act differently or outcomes would align with my plans, only to end up frustrated. Buddhism cuts through the struggle, reminding us that clinging to what is out of our hands creates suffering. The truth is, you can't control others' actions or the twists of fate, but you have full power over your own mind. Your thoughts, actions, and reactions are yours to shape, and mastering them is the key to resilience. When you focus on what you can control, you stop fighting the world and start building inner strength. Mastering your mind isn't about perfection. It is about intention. It starts with noticing your thoughts. When anger flares or anxiety creeps in, pause and ask, how can I respond with clarity? I've found that simple practices like deep breathing or a moment of mindfulness can shift my perspective, turning chaos into a chance to grow. Your actions flow from this awareness. Instead of reacting impulsively, choose responses that align with your values: kindness, patience, or courage. This practice has grounded me through tough times, helping me stay steady when everything else feels uncertain. Focusing on your reactions builds a shield against external chaos. You can't stop the world from throwing curveballs, but you can decide how they affect you. When someone criticizes you, you can choose to let it slide rather than stew. When plans fall apart, you can choose to adapt rather than despair. This shift has been a game changer for me, turning challenges into opportunities to practice resilience. The Buddhist teaching reminds us that your mind is your greatest ally. By ruling it, you create a calm center that no outside force can disrupt. Today, notice when you're trying to control the uncontrollable. Shift your focus inward and ask, what can I control right now? Take one mindful breath, choose one intentional action, or reframe one negative thought. These small steps build a habit of resilience, helping you navigate life with grace. By focusing on your thoughts, actions, and reactions, you free yourself from the chaos of the world and claim a peace that is yours alone. That is the power of mastering your mind, a strength that carries you through any storm, leaving you steady, empowered, and truly free. 7. Focus on what you can control. What if the spotlight you feel from others' judgment is just an illusion? We often live as if everyone is watching, critiquing our every move, but Buddhist wisdom reveals a liberating truth. Realize people are focused on themselves. Most people are too busy with their own lives to judge you. This frees you to live authentically without fear. Rooted in the Buddhist teaching, your work is to discover your world and then with all your heart give yourself to it. This lesson dismantles the fear of judgment. Let us explore how this insight can unshackle you to live boldly as your true self. I used to shrink under the imagined gaze of others, worrying about how I looked or what I said. But the reality is, most people are too wrapped up in their own lives, their dreams, insecurities, and daily struggles to focus on you. This realization hit me like a wave of relief. Buddhism teaches us to let go of this unnecessary burden, recognizing that others' attention is rarely on us. The Buddhist words urge us to focus on our own path, not the fleeting thoughts of those around us. When you see that people are preoccupied with their own journeys, the fear of judgment loses its grip. This truth is freeing. You don't need to tiptoe through life, editing yourself to avoid criticism. Instead, you can live authentically, wearing what feels right, pursuing passions that ignite you, speaking your truth. I've found that embracing this freedom lets me show up fully, without the weight of what will they think. Your energy is better spent on your own growth, not on pleasing an audience that is barely watching. This shift builds confidence, letting you pursue your unique purpose with joy. Start today by noticing when you fear judgment. Remind yourself, they are too busy with their own lives to care. Take one bold step, share an idea, express yourself, or let go of perfectionism. By realizing others aren't focused on you, you unlock the courage to live for yourself, unshackled by fear. That is the path to a life that is truly yours. 8. Realize people are focused on themselves. What if the race you're running against others is stealing the joy from your own journey? In a world of curated social media feeds and highlight reels, it is easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others, your looks, career, or even happiness. But Buddhist wisdom offers a path to freedom. Avoid social comparison. Comparing yourself to others breeds discontent. Focus on your unique path and practice gratitude for true contentment. Rooted in the Buddhist teaching, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. This lesson calls you to embrace your own life. Let us explore how letting go of comparison can lead to lasting peace. I've felt the sting of envy, scrolling through images of others' seemingly perfect lives, wondering why I wasn't further along. But Buddhism teaches that comparison is a thief, robbing us of contentment by focusing on what we lack. It pulls us away from our unique path, breeding feelings of inadequacy and resentment. The Buddhist words remind us that true wealth lies in contentment, not in outshining others. When you compare, you're measuring your behind the scenes against someone else's highlight reel, ignoring their struggles and your own blessings. Instead, turn inward and focus on your own journey. Your path is yours alone. Your challenges, victories, and dreams are unique. I've found that practicing gratitude shifts my perspective, helping me see the richness in my life. A kind friend, a quiet moment, or a lesson learned. Try asking, what am I thankful for today? This simple act grounds you in the present, dissolving the urge to compare. By celebrating your progress, you cultivate a peace that no external achievement can match. Start today by noticing when comparison creeps in. Pause and list 3 things you're grateful for. Redirect your energy to your own goals, trusting that your path is unfolding as it should. By avoiding social comparison, you free yourself to live authentically, finding contentment in who you are and where you are. That is the secret to a heart at peace, a life rooted in gratitude, not competition. 9. Avoid social comparison. What if the spotlight you feel from others' judgment is just an illusion? We often live as if everyone is watching, critiquing our every move, but Buddhist wisdom reveals a liberating truth. Realize people are focused on themselves. Most people are too busy with their own lives to judge you. This frees you to live authentically without fear. Rooted in the Buddhist teaching, your work is to discover your world and then with all your heart give yourself to it. This lesson dismantles the fear of judgment. Let us explore how this insight can unshackle you to live boldly as your true self. I used to shrink under the imagined gaze of others, worrying about how I looked or what I said. But the reality is, most people are too wrapped up in their own lives, their dreams, insecurities, and daily struggles to focus on you. This realization hit me like a wave of relief. Buddhism teaches us to let go of this unnecessary burden, recognizing that others' attention is rarely on us. The Buddhist words urge us to focus on our own path, not the fleeting thoughts of those around us. When you see that people are preoccupied with their own journeys, the fear of judgment loses its grip. This truth is freeing. You don't need to tiptoe through life, editing yourself to avoid criticism. Instead, you can live authentically wearing what feels right, pursuing passions that ignite you, speaking your truth. I've found that embracing this freedom lets me show up fully, without the weight of what will they think. Your energy is better spent on your own growth, not on pleasing an audience that is barely watching. This shift builds confidence, letting you pursue your unique purpose with joy. Start today by noticing when you fear judgment. Remind yourself, they are too busy with their own lives to care. Take one bold step, share an idea, express yourself, or let go of perfectionism. By realizing others aren't focused on you, you unlock the courage to live for yourself, unshackled by fear. That is the path to a life that is truly yours. 10. Prioritize inner growth over external validation. What if the applause you are chasing is drowning out the quiet strength growing within you? In a world hooked on external validation, likes, praise, and recognition, it's easy to tie your worth to others' approval. But Buddhist wisdom offers a deeper path. Prioritize inner growth over external validation. Inner peace and self-awareness outweigh fleeting external approval. Cultivate mindfulness and resilience for lasting fulfillment. Rooted in the Buddhist teaching, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. This lesson calls you to nurture your inner world. Let us explore how focusing on self-awareness can lead to a life of true joy. I've felt the rush of external praise, but it is like a sugar high, sweet but fleeting. Seeking validation from others traps you in a cycle of insecurity, as the ego craves more and more. Buddhism teaches that true fulfillment comes from within, through mindfulness and inner growth. The Buddhist words remind us that your thoughts shape your reality. By cultivating self-awareness, you build a resilience that no criticism can shake. I've found that moments of reflection, whether meditating or journaling, help me understand my values and let go of the need for others' approval. Inner growth isn't about perfection. It is about progress. Are you more patient today? More compassionate? These are the true measures of success, not how many likes you get. Practicing mindfulness keeps you grounded in the present, free from the chase for external validation. This shift has been a lifeline for me, helping me face life's ups and downs with calm. When you prioritize inner peace, you live authentically, attracting relationships that value the real you. Start today by noticing when you seek approval. Pause, take a mindful breath, and ask, what is one way I grew today? Invest in your inner world through a moment of silence or a kind thought toward yourself. By choosing inner growth over external validation, you unlock a fulfillment that is yours alone, deep, lasting, and unshakable. You've just walked through 10 profound Buddhist lessons that can shift the way you see yourself and the world around you. By focusing on what is within your thoughts, your peace, your growth, you can break free from the weight of others' opinions, rejections, and expectations. This isn't just about surviving life's challenges. It is about thriving with a heart full of contentment and a spirit that is truly free. Take these lessons with you, apply them one step at a time, and watch how they light up your path. If this resonated with you, Hit that like button to spread this wisdom and subscribe to our channel for more insights to empower your journey. Let us keep growing together. Your next moment of clarity is just one video away.